It's all on the site. If you can afford to bid for some of these items, please do. But we're going to take a break shortly, toilet break. But before we do, Radiohead. Okay. Now I'm going to put on one of the Radiohead helmets. Am I? But then if I do, I won't be able to hear anything. Oh, maybe I'll just show you the helmet. So this is one of the two helmets that I retrieved that we used for the Jigsaw Falling Into Place video. I say we, that's me and Garth Jennings. Went to Radiohead studio in Oxford back in 2007 in November when they just finished the album In Rainbows. And we knew a few of them. And so they called us up and said, will you help us out with this live webcast thing that we're doing? I seem to remember they had technical problems as well. It's not just Buckles. Anyway, I guess it was 2007 though. But this one has been signed by Johnny Greenwood there and by Tom York. He's done a little funny face in the O. And the camera on this guy still works. Let me see if I can switch it on. If you can see on the monitor back there. I need to switch it on here. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Can you see that? Yeah, you can sort of see that there's something there. And it's got a microphone on it as well, which still works. So you have to plug it in. You have to plug it in. There you can see my face. You plug it in with phono cables or a mobile 12 volt battery pack. But that is good to go. And then there is the other helmet. The other helmet, the camera. Oh, I'm getting tangled. Oh. Camera doesn't work on this one. I mean, maybe you could get it going if you're a whiz-bot. I'm not sure. It's just a little security camera. So yes, this is all pre-GoPros. If you're wondering why I was sticking dowling poles into cycle helmets, this was the only way that I could figure out to actually get the image that I wanted of each member of the band playing. And I think there are sort of lyrical allusions in the song Jigsaw Falling Into Place to security cameras, people on a night out getting hammered, the sort of weird disconnect that happens when people are in party mode and determined to socialize, but everyone's locked in their own little cubicle of booze or drugs or whatever it might be. And closed circuit cameras, that's one of the lyrics. So I thought this all fitted in with the concept. I thought, yeah, okay, I'll take these along. And then when we actually got to the studio and I proposed strapping these to the heads of Radiohead, I didn't know them that well. And I was quite in awe. I'm a big fan. So it was a slightly tense moment when me and Garth suggested that they wear these and that it would be cool. And it was the first video, I believe, that they had done for a long time that they were all actually in. Because I think Tom on his own was in some of the big ones, No Surprises, and some of the other ones. But I don't think all 5 members of Radiohead had been in a music video for years and years and years before we did the Jigsaw Falling Into Place one. So I was really excited and proud that they did it. Let's have a little video. The testing the camera helmet video I found the other day, and you can see Garth Jennings. And keep my mic up if you can. Thanks very much, Chris. There is Garth testing the helmet in the Radiohead studio. And we had, I brought along every VCR and every kind of hard disk recorder that I could, and we plugged the helmets into those. As you can see, the image is sort of crappy and glitchy, and it took a while before we could really figure out, every now and again they would get knocked and then the angle and the image would change completely. I remember being very nervous. I was like, I'm touching Johnny Greenwood. I'm touching his face. Garth was in charge of Tom York. I wasn't allowed to touch Tom. And there's Garth with Tom's helmet, fitting it there. But they were also game and up for it. And they did such a good job. They instantly got it. And they instantly got what was going to be fun and weird about the image. The fact that their heads would remain in the center and everything else would slide around queasily. Again, which I feel is in keeping with the lyrical thrust of the song. So let's see a little clip now of myself and Garth when we were, so basically the band went into their rehearsal room with the camera helmets on. We set them recording, and then we went out of the room, me and Garth, and we watched on monitors, because Nigel Godrich, their producer, had decked out the whole studio with all these cameras and secondhand bits of TV equipment that he got off eBay. He's an amazing tech whizbot, Nigel. And so he was up in the gallery, sort of vision mixing the performance from these extra security cameras. So you could see what the band looked like with the helmets on. And that's this video now of me and Garth watching it as they did the second of 2 takes of them miming to the song.
What are we doing here, Garth?
We've put your helmet cams on Radiohead, man, and they are now strapped into their own faces.
When he goes into the Smiths bit, it's brilliant. He's great, Phil.
Yeah, Phil's going for it.
The expression on his face is amazing.
You can call him as well. It's going to be great cutting between all these expressions. Man, let's just get some wine and cut this tonight.
Yeah, okay.
We should go with this take, just to go with take 2.
Okay. I haven't seen this done anywhere else, can you think?
No, I think we may have just changed the video.
Have we changed the face of...
Changed the face, we've changed their faces.
Yeah. We've changed the face of Radiohead.
Yeah, we were nervous. I think that it wasn't very cool. It was deliberately a bit daft looking. And I've told the story a number of times of David Byrne from Talking Heads turning up at the studio the next day to do an interview for Wired magazine, I think, with Tom. I'm a massive Talking Heads fan. And suddenly there's David Byrne, and we'd just finished editing the video. You could hear me and Garth in that clip there saying, let's get some wine and stay up late and edit this, which is exactly what we did. It was so enjoyable and fun. And the next day we showed the cut to the band up in Nigel's control room. And David Byrne was standing to my right and Tom was standing to my left, and we watched it. And David Byrne's comment was, well, you're going to crop out the helmets though, right? And I said, no, I want to keep them in because I think it looks funny and yeah, I was keen that you should be able to see the helmets. You know, it's like we're not trying to fool anyone. They're wearing helmets with cameras on poles, and that was the idea as far as I was concerned. I believe I read a rundown of Radiohead fans' favorite videos, or all Radiohead videos ranked, and I think the Jigsaw video was close to the bottom. I don't know, but I don't know why they don't like it. It's like, what more do you want? This is your band that you love, and you are right there with them in their face, and it's amazing. And it's an amazing song, and this is a brilliant performance. Anyway, thank you so much to Tom and Johnny for signing those helmets. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to the rest of the band as well. And thanks to Julie and Joe and Chris and Bryce from the Radiohead management team, and from the group of people that help Radiohead do their thing. Much appreciated. They allowed us to play those clips without it shutting down the feed.